Welcome back to another edition of Storm Center HD. I'm Erica Hicks, joined by Matt Schellenberger. Today we're going to be talking about some of the fall sports success. Let's start off with women's soccer.
Women's soccer is playing phenomenal right now, Erica. They're 10-2. They're really playing well. They got a big sack win last week. Jackie Alcovedo is playing phenomenal.
Yes.
She had 7 goals last game. I believe that's her second game of 5 goals or over, maybe even more. I mean, She was player of the week again. It's just, I mean, that's just video game-like numbers. She's playing so well. And the goalie, Wade, is really playing well. We talked to Kendra Nixon last week about their defense and their goal differential. They're really doing a good job defensively and then scoring on the offensive side. Her and Sarah Guerin back there are kind of a stone wall, really playing well. And then the men's team, just a little bit, they're not playing as well. They're 4-7, but they're starting to get things together. I talked to Nick Chafee, and he said that they got a big conference win. They're playing better. They're gaining some momentum. They're coming off 2 straight wins. They've got a big game against Oklahoma Baptist coming up. So as long as they can keep getting some conference wins, then they can maybe put some momentum together and get towards the postseason. But the women are probably a shoe-in to make the postseason and possibly go really far.
Talking about success, football. We have a huge game this weekend against Mid-America. It's our sister rivalry. The environment, everything's going to be so different. Talk about that.
Well, this is a game that's really been previewed since the schedule came out. I know that Mid-America's making shirts and all sorts of stuff that say like beat SNU, giving them away for free. SNU's playing well, 5-1. They didn't have a very good game against Northwestern. They lost that game 28-12. It was a weird game. It was raining. The offense, it's just weird. If you followed SNU at all over the past 5-7 years, they've had one of the top offenses in the country consistently.
The Storm handled Bethel easily, winning 58.
But the defense this year, early in the year, they were top 4 nationally, which is phenomenal. And Luke Olson, I talked to him a little bit, and he said that was one of their goals, to have a better defense. And they did, but they gave up 28 points, and they're not happy about that. So they're going to come out ready to play against Mid-America. It's going to be a good environment. They play at Wichita State University, holds 35,000 people, grassy turf. So it's going to be a good game. I want to see if SNU can get some stops on the defensive side of the ball, and I want to see if their offense can pick back up. They're going to have David Balance-Efen back. He's a big part to what they do. Really complements Jared Martin on the other side, 2 6'4" receivers. So I want to see if their offense can put some points up. It's not going to be raining. See if they can run the ball and obviously play some defense.
Right. I know that the football team is focused on taking it game by game, but looking towards the future and the upcoming games that are coming up, talk about what they need to do.
Well, the goal of this team is to get to the postseason. This team is not going to be satisfied with 7-4. They just got to keep on playing hard. They need to get this win this week. If they get this win this week, then they're probably going to make it, even though they did just lose a conference game, which we just talked about against Northwestern. But they didn't fall very far in the polls. They were top 10. They only went to 15, which isn't that big of a deal. If they get a win this week, they'll probably be back in the top 12. So as the season gets later, one of the things you always look for with the team is injuries. We saw David Balance-Efen get hurt early in the year. He's going to be back. They got to stay healthy. They got to stay fresh. They got to keep practicing. Maybe instill some packages for some other players that don't play as much, just to keep people fresh. Maybe try and get up on opponents and put in some backups and maybe get fresh faces out there. But as the season gets later, that's one thing you always look for is injuries and are you improving? And they got to keep improving. So we're going to switch gears for just a couple minutes and talk a little bit about the volleyball team. You and I have got a chance to see the volleyball team play a lot this year. They're 22-4, I believe. They've got OBU coming up, who's top 25 nationally. They beat SNU earlier, the Sawyer Center, earlier in the year. And we know that they're not happy about that. SNU is not. What do you think so far of the overall success of the volleyball team?
Well, they're a phenomenal team to watch. A lot of fun. You can just tell their chemistry is unstoppable, and that's probably what's won them ball games this year. Coach Ingram, he's facing the best season yet of his career, and there's a lot of new faces compared to last year's team. And with that, the girls have just come in and developed strong relationships that have definitely put W's on their record.
We talk about momentum and stuff like that with a football team. How do they continue their success? Is it the same story with the volleyball team? Stay healthy. They just got to keep getting better.
Just keep pushing forward. Continue to play the game that they're playing. Their motto this year was boom, be opposite of moderate. Keep that into consideration and abide by that, and they're going to be just fine. I think we're going to see great success at the end of this season.
Absolutely. Most teams playing well. Like we said, the men's soccer team's picking things up. So fall sports really going good here at SNU. That's going to do it for another edition of Storm Center. Be sure to check us out next week. We are going to have a special package put together, the Mid-America game. Yes. We were unable to get highlights last week of Northwestern because of the rain and storms and stuff like that. But we're going to have a good show next week. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm Matt Schlumberger, joined by Erica Hicks. Good day, Oklahoma.